everywhere we play is a fun adventure. So actually, I mean, there's no one way to answer that. It's just fun. I like being on a campus. So I like doing anything where there's the community is sort of focused on one, singular thing. Like a campus is a good place to play. We've played senior citizen centers before, where it's like the activity of the day is to make all the senior citizens come in and watch the show. So I think Legends is like the opposite of a senior citizen center. Lots of, you know what I mean? Just a big party, whether you're 98 or 18, it works.
I see a tiny light like a flashbulb sparkle in the night.
I spent a lot of time thinking about what the live show is going to be like, especially if it's a festival or something where it's an outdoor event or really a 2-minute thing. We always try to make the show special. I think every show is different, and every show needs to be treated like it's something special, because people are getting up out of their chairs and, getting into their cars, buying tickets, packing food, and, if it's an outdoor concert, bringing jackets and all that. I mean, the fans go through such an effort to get to the concert that, the expectation from our end is that we have to put on an incredible show that's going to make it worth their while. You know what I mean?
If I was a judge, I'd break the law. And if I was from Paris.
Well, we've been on tour just recently here with the Avett Brothers. We spent a good point of the fall with them. It is so great to play with another band that is young and energetic, that bring sort of a new edge to classic music. I mean, I think that the Avett Brothers have a lot of roots and a lot of elements of traditional songwriting in their music, and at the same time, they bring this real punk spirit. So that's been really fun for us to explore what it's like to tour with another band that's still fresh on the scene and really, being grateful for every single person in the audience. But we've toured with so many fun people. I mean, a lot. We just were reminiscing about being on the Black Crowes tour a couple years ago, and how that was just kind of trip, just crazy, like Spinal Tap kind of trip. And it's fun to play the arenas and see that side of it as well. Playing to 20,000 people a night. On Lilith Fair or with Dave Matthews Band. Those are always really fun as well.
He's been in a haze since the day that he saw her.
Yeah, it hasn't changed too much. I mean, I think we've just been, plucking away at it for the last 10 years. So I think we're just getting to the point where we can really enjoy it. And success is defined by how much you enjoy your life and how grateful you can be for what you do have. So I'm not, I'm definitely ambitious, and I have, the goal to keep going and playing bigger venues and eventually, playing stadium shows of our own. But in the moment, sometimes playing a bar in front of 35 people is just as much fun as playing a crazy festival in front of, 15,000 people. You just have to, look at it from that perspective of how long it takes to really build a band from the ground up.
And if you go chasing rabbits and you're going to fall.
I would tell them that it takes a lot of hard work and to be ready for a humdinger of a work schedule. I mean, you have to play live. You have to get out there. You can't just make a YouTube of yourself and put it up and hope that people fall in love with you and that you're going to get a record deal. You really have to do the legwork. And you have to have a support group of people around you. It's really, really hard to do it all by yourself. So I think the first thing to do is to find people that believe in you and love your music as well, and can sort of create a network. Because we started from literally the ground up. I mean, we were in Vermont, and I was working on an organic farm and trying to subsidize our first record with, waitressing jobs on the weekend, and I was working in a deli and an organic farm. And so when I say grassroots, I mean literally grassroots, organic grassroots. So I think you really do have to spend a lot of time thinking about how much music means to you and if it's worth it, because you can play on the weekends and get out to the coffee house, get out to the open mics, share your music, And if you're really willing to put up a fight and put yourself out there to the world and take the bad reviews and the good reviews and everything in between and take it in stride and, be strong and enjoy every minute of it.
Ooh, la, 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 la.
I want to do this. I'm going to do this. This is my determination. I think, being on the road, a lot of people get out on the road to run away from something. I'm running towards something. I'm running towards a goal, and the intention would be that, if someday I could buy a house, that's amazing. That's a good goal to have. To be able to own a little bit of land or be in a house, of my own. And so that's sort of what I'm working towards. It's not like I'm running away from a home or anything like that, but you do have to have a little bit of a death wish when you're out on the road. I mean, there's certainly a piece of me that really enjoys staying in a hotel room every night and really enjoys the act of exploring a new town or a new group of people every place you go, and that's not for everybody. It's not a choice that everybody would make, but it's a choice that me and my bandmates find joy in, and luckily I've got a group of great people around me that enjoy the road as much as I do.
She make you feel. She got you spinning on a policy wheel.
Oh, the death wish just being that the road can be torturous. I mean, nothing in particular. It's more just the act of constantly living in transition between one hotel room and one backstage green room and one bus and maybe a cab ride here and a van ride there. That's what I mean by death wish. It's just that you have to know what you're getting into before you get into it. Like I said, you have to surround yourself with people who believe in you. And, luckily I have some wonderful, incredible, committed friends who are also amazing musicians and hard workers. And much like me, they can stomach the road, and they find joy in being in a new place every day. I certainly think of myself as a bit of a world traveler. If I wasn't a musician, I'd be traveling around doing something else. I'd always need to have a job where I could be in transition from one place to another, because it's fun for me. It helps me to grow. I can't wait to play.